Let's talk about psychic energy. Let's talk about how psychic energy is pervasive and ubiquitous through all aspects of your life. Psychic energy isn't just something you talk about on YouTube. Psychic energy isn't something you conjure up in a reading. You can bring psychic energy into your cooking. You can bring psychic energy into your relationships. You can bring psychic energy into your job. Psychic energy in how you make money. Psychic energy in all aspects of your life. Psychic energy is life. So certain things that happen, I want to speak to just real quick. I took some notes. Not a lot of notes, but I took some notes nonetheless. And I just want to share my notes because I like doing that shit. So, peace to y'all. Hopefully, y'all in nature. Hopefully, you by some body of water, a river, a lake, a stream, a pond. If you get the fucking water hose, dig a ditch, put some water into it, sit by that shit. Regardless, it works. Anyways, so say for instance, you want something, you're trying to manifest something, you want to bring a reality into your life. The easiest way to do it is to incorporate your psychic energy and just be that thing right now. Whatever you have to do, you start to do that shit right now. The problem is when you dealing with niggas on the every day-to-day basis, they like as soon as type niggas. Soon as I get my money, I'ma do this type nigga. As soon as I boom like that, I'ma get this. As soon as I finish school, I'ma do this. As soon as my business take off the ground, I'ma do that. As soon as I find a babysitter, I'ma do this. As soon as the weather is nice. As soon as winter is over. As soon as Obama is the president again, as soon as Trump come back in office, as soon as it turn August, as soon as, and you could be in a relationship and a person is talking about as soon as this, as soon as that, they're a fucking psychic vampire, fam. They absorb your energy, because when that day come, it's going to be February 58th, and you done gave everything for a time that ain't never fucking came. So when you dating women and they talking about, well, if you was more of a man, I would be more of a woman. And it's like, nope, this is the only man energy that I got for you. And I wasn't even acting like you need to change or edit, but you know, you just get what you get. Some of us got masculine and feminine energy. Some of us got feminine and masculine energy interchange. Some niggas be more feminine than the girls. Some girls is more masculine than the guys. Who fucking knows? You gonna have to figure that shit out. And you can't be judging on the reference of the hormonal imbalance or balance of another individual, strange ass person. But anyways, whatever the case may be, oh, you're not masculine. Oh, you're not strong. Oh, you're not this. Then, okay, why the fuck you in my face then, if I'm not that? That's cap. That's energy vampirism. That's like, I don't know, you shouldn't give a person a bar to reach up to deal with you, because then, say for instance, they reach that bar, 10 times out of 10 y'all don't got shit to offer them. Like, say for instance, like, if you like, I would never do that to a person, because this is all you gonna get the first day. I'm not gonna give you no surprises 10 days later if you do all the things that I want you to do. You either going to do what I want you to do, or you're not going to want you to do whatever. I don't give a fuck, but I'm going to still be me. But if I'm like, well, if you do all of this shit, I got this special surprise for you 10 days later. You do it, you don't get nothing, I'm going to go crazy. That's what it's like when you dealing with a person and they're like, If you just be more of a person that I want you to be, then I'll show you the real version of me. And then you might do that shit. You know what you get? The same motherfucker that you like. You was the same person before and after I jumped through the hoops. You ain't getting no lingerie. You ain't getting no strip pole dance. You ain't getting no threesome. You ain't getting nothing. You just got the regular shit. So I say all of that to say, if you want a healthy and happy, successful relationship, she gonna love you exactly the way you need to be loved on day one, or she never going to love you ever. And you'll wait forever and never get loved. Because love does not hide. Love is very apparent. And you must be what you want now. So if she's sexy, feminine, in love with you, she gonna be that shit. Or she gonna say, I'm not that, but I'm really interested in becoming in love with you, and these are the steps that I'm willing to take. Another thing about psychic energy, what people don't really understand about it is it's like the seasons, right? So I'll show y'all real quick. Psychic energy is like what I'm about to show y'all. That's psychic energy. What am I showing y'all? I'm showing y'all trees with no leaves. That's psychic energy. What am I talking about? When you be thinking like psychic energy, abundance, prosperity, shit like that, then when you not in abundance, prosperity, then you feel like something wrong with you. You feel like something is missing, something is off, when really it's just the part of your season that is shedding, that's purifying, that's becoming one with nature. You're not supposed to have a whole bunch of shit that you can't use. That's greed. That's not even a part of your psychic development. So the first part of understanding it is that life constantly changes. Life constantly goes in seasons. Life constantly goes in cycles. And when you psychic, you like, well, I'm not rich. I'm not rich like I want to be. I don't have millions and millions of dollars or whatever the case may be. And I'm not saying that that's wrong or bad, but I'm saying like it's okay if you don't have millions of dollars, if you just want to align with nature and just be like, shit, this is my season of oneness. This is my season of purging. This is my season of releasing. Because what comes next after these trees are naked and barren is that they grow leaves and they grow filled and they grow full and green and prosperous yet again. So I'm talking about the feelings that you feel when you don't have the things that you quote unquote think that you have, is the feelings that block you from your psychic energy. You can't say, because the thing that we're talking about with our psychic energy is our divinity. And our divinity is not associated with our feelings. So a lot of my divine feminine would say, I'm not feeling, negative energy, or I'm pissed off, or I'm angry, or I'm enraged, or I have problems with my dad, or I have problems with my husband, I have problems with men, negative energies. And it's like these things that you are saying, and they are true, your baby daddy probably really not shit, and that's cool, but the things that happen in your life that creates the negative energy is also the things that block you from your divinity, block you from your psychic energy. So it's good to release, it's good to purge, it's good to be naked, it's good to be bald, it's good to be one with nature, because from there all you can do is grow. But what's going to stifle you is when you break yourself down and you zero yourself out, you start to feel less than, and then you become in a space of darkness. And the conscious community, whether y'all know it or not, is a bunch of people with blindfolds on talking about what they see. So even in those spaces, you might even feel like you getting somewhere, gaining some knowledge, but you just in even more darkness and darkness and darkness, because you're not realizing that if you associate spirituality with positive feelings and external positive feelings, like, oh, this reading or this experience or this psychic whatever is a positive experience and it happened outside of me, so this psychic or this expert or this guru or this YouTube person is dropping this spiritual stuff and is much greater than me. And if they're not dropping videos, if they're not releasing newsletters, if they're not doing the things that I need them to do, then my spiritual life is off-centered. But you got to understand that spirituality existed before social media. So if it existed, how did it exist? If there was a network, where was the network existed in? It was existing within us. This is where you find all of your answers at. But sometimes our positive feelings are the block too. When we associate psychic, spiritual nature with external positive things, and that's what we wait on, and that's what we hold on. So what I'm talking about is these, I'm not going to call them out by names, but y'all know all of these spiritual people. You got to think, like, when we was growing up, or even before then, that was like a lane that was kind of created and forged and merged. And you got to think, like, where did that lane come from? And if you look at the roots of the lane, it came from the CIA. It came from secret societies trying to give you something when you go within yourself and you get the true answers, and then you try to reflect upon the answers that you find within. Niggas want to act like they already know what you going through within yourself. And that's the true block for true elevation, ascension, because we not really doing the work, especially if we not coming through with the downloads, coming through with our notes and really listening to ourselves at a deep, deep level. We are really attached and associated with our feelings. And our feelings are nothing but algorithms. What am I talking about? They didn't say, what do you think, or how do you process it, or how do you judge, or how do you analyze? It was more or less like, how do you feel about Chris Rock and Will Smith? What do you feel about it? That's an algorithm, man. So let's talk about this. You wake up in the morning, you got 2 cans. The reason why experts and gurus and spiritual people, your doctor, your lawyer, they really not shit, because the reality of life is ever changing, meaning that our answers are ever changing. They're constantly being weighed and judged. So if everything was everything, you could just reference a law in the book and say, that's right and exact. He ain't break the law, let him go. But no, you need a judge, you need a jury, because every day is changing. So you got them Libra scales, they always moving, and sometimes the right is wrong, sometimes the wrong is right. You just never fucking know. You literally can't trust nobody's opinion on nothing. You can only trust the divine energy within yourself, because your feelings is going to distract you. I'm going to give you an example. You wake up, it's 2 cans. It's 2 cans sitting in your fucking pantry. And then you go to sleep. The wind come, knock away one of the cans out of your pantry. You know that you got 2 cans in the pantry, but you wake up and the wind come and took it away from you. You could either have the negative feelings or the negative associations, like, damn. And then them feelings, like, imagine the wind took your can away and you don't know what the fuck happened. You would never know what the fuck happened. You could start making up shit. A ghost came. Some niggas got a spell on me. I got a demon attached to me. All of this shit is associated, when really you not even understanding that everything is change. So y'all demons, y'all negative people, y'all hexes, and all of that is people who want shit to stay the same and cannot adjust the change. Psychic energy is constantly changing, because psychic energy is associated with nature. Nature is always changing. Your relationship should change. The problem when you in a relationship and it's fucked up is one of the people don't want to change, and one of the people absolutely has to fucking change. It's that simple. So your feelings associated with change is the problem. I don't want things to change in my relationship. Well, things have to change in your relationship. Well, I don't want them to change. Well, you're a little child, so your feelings, well, I'm going to get a reading. I'm going to pay money. I'm going to get a counselor. I'm just trying to voice the fact that I'm not with change. So these are the things. I was just taking notes, and I was thinking back to a child of the things that experts said when I was a little kid that I would not ne'er do in life. Experts said when I was they had a doctor, a nutrition doctor, come into my school with a white lab coat, and he had a food pyramid, y'all. He says you need to drink milk from a fucking cow, because the milk from your mama is insufficient. But the milk from a cow will boost your ass up. Experts told us that shit. Experts said you need 3 to 5 servings of a cow's ass in your body. Experts also said you need to eat meat, pork. They called it poultry, beef, pork. Experts said this. I also know expert gynecologists, they say that black women, once they turn 43, because y'all done put all the chemicals from the tampons and the maxi pads and the Summer's Eves and never steamed because you thought Hood Mystic was trying to get you to spend money. And then there's 2 things about the steaming. The shit that y'all be using to steam, y'all be using like the fucking roses that y'all get from the grocery store, just random ass roses, thinking you steaming your pussy, and all you doing is putting more GMO in your shit. So you ain't never steamed a day in your life. You putting chemicals in your vagina, and then you sit in front of an expert, and the expert say, we about to take your pussy out. And then you say, well, the expert said that my pussy ain't no good, so they want me to take it out. I've never done nothing holistic. I ain't never needed to do no holistic. I just need him to bring his knife and cut my fucking pussy out. That's all I ever needed. Experts told y'all this. Experts. I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert, for real. And I'm just saying maybe you need to sit with some organic herbs that's sourced from around the world, sold exclusively at ColumbianExchange.com, reviews up the ass, sit your motherfucking pussy on the steam, and let the herbs and essential oils do what they do. Don't be asking me, well, what is men gonna steam with? Men do not have a womb and reproductive system like y'all have. Y'all maintenance and upkeep is way more extreme than men because y'all have a uterus. I don't have a uterus. Like, if you asking me why don't I fucking charge my car up at the Tesla station? Because I don't fucking got a fucking electrical thing on my fucking car. I take gas. Certain shit is different, dog. So with that being said, I'm not an expert, so don't take my advice for shit. But I'm going to say, get some organic, well-sourced herbs, flowers, and plants, and know the fucking difference between herbs, flowers, and plants. Don't just be putting shit and then just sitting on it like, yeah, I steamed. No, you didn't. You sat on some shit and whatever. And then you had your boyfriend coming you right after that because y'all don't even practice no sexual ethics whatsoever. He just shoot up the club whenever he want to. You don't know the difference between experts, and I'm not an expert. Experts said that your child got ADHD, ADD, BBD, poison, done gave him Ritalin, Adderall, promethazine, done chopped and screwed your whole kid. Because they're expert. Expert teachers, expert advisors, expert counselors. Your child ain't shit. And you believe them because they experts. But did anybody tell you taking your child to school is like putting a fucking glove on a fucking foot and then asking the motherfucker what's wrong? Well, the glove don't go on the foot. The glove go on the hand. Well, this is a school, so Lil Becky, her feet actually fits the glove. So we're going to model everybody after Lil Becky. Well, my son ain't like Lil Becky. We don't give a fuck. Your son is failed. I'm an expert. You're not an expert. I'm an expert. What they're trying to do is make your child become a worker. Period. So they're conditioning your child. This is what they done to me, unbeknownst to me, of course. Put you in kindergarten. Some of y'all got y'all kids in school right now. It's 11:47. Y'all kids in school right now being indoctrinated to be fucking workers. And you feel like, shit, I got some fucking free time. What the fuck you mean? I don't got time to homeschool and things like that. No, I can't do all of that. Okay. But then when your child grow up to not really be shit, you be real confused about why this nigga can't get his shit together. He was indoctrinated for 8 hours a day to be a fucking worker and told that he wasn't good enough. Oh, you gotta see, Lil Jermaine. You average. You ain't above average, you average. Average compared to what? Think about that. Average compared to what? Below average compared to what? What is the average? You need a selection to come up with an average. Is you getting all of the kids in the fucking universe that ever came, went, and born? Or you getting a select few and then making them the fucking standard and then judging your kids against the standard? Experts is telling you this shit. And y'all waking up in the morning none the wiser. Talking about join my spiritual this, spiritual that. The only time you got time for this shit is because your kid's in school. How is you psychic? Don't tell me that you want your kids to grow up and be a worker, working at a fast food joint, getting fucking simped out. You talking about you want your kid to be this and to be that, but you got them on a fucking schedule in the pace of the standard fucking universe. I mean the fucking like the public school standards. So if they say your child got to go to school for 5 days, 8 hours, get days off, like on his days off, he don't need to learn, cause everybody in the state taking a day off for learning. Shit. Oh, in the summertime, he can take 3 months off from school. You know, when you come back to school, you don't be knowing shit. You gotta fucking snap. It take you a whole month to get back into the swing of things. So don't it make more sense to just constantly teach your child every single day without ever taking a break? What the fuck is a weekend? I'm 38 years old. I still got pen and papers. I'm still buying books. I'm still learning. So I might as well prepare my child to learn all the way for life and fuck school. Make life at school. But y'all like experts. My personal opinion, fuck experts. Because experts done said that we should drink milk, that we should eat meat, that hysterectomies is normal for black women, that our children are retarded, and that we need to just work every fucking day. That we don't need to learn nothing, that we are desensitized, that we don't have no real emotional intelligence. Even if we make $20 million a year, we can't control our fucking emotions. And this is the world that we are actually listening to and trying to acquiesce to. I say fuck them. But the deepest part of psychic energy in reference to this conversation is creating the space for peace, because nobody gonna give you that. You gotta literally take it, and you gotta show people, and people gotta know that your peace is important, And your peace is important because your peace is connected to your divinity. And that's probably the only place that you can access your divinity. But you're busy. You got to do this. You got to do that. You go to the store looking at bread. It's 100 different breads you can choose. You want to get brioche. You want to get whole grain wheat. Should you get gluten free? Should you get vegan? Should you just get the regular Wonder Bread? Like, what the fuck? That's just bread. Everything is a choice. Everything is a decision. Everything is overload. Decision, anxiety, ADHD, TV. When I was growing up, I literally had channel 5, channel 7, channel 9, channel 23. Now you get on TV, you got a fucking million different channels, on demand, everything. It's just, and where we think that's a valuable asset, we don't have any peace. And we grind in our gears. And I'm offering you the opportunity to listen to yourself by creating a space of peace. And be that now. Because a lot of times, we could say what we want, and that's all cap. Sometimes we can be in a relationship, and sometimes we can say we want a business and say we want to do this, and it's just cap because trying to serve too many masters. So it's really important to connect to your one and true master, which is within yourself, and be that now, as opposed to, like, you would know a person that loves you, a person that really cares for you, a person that really want to see a future with you, is when y'all in peace together, or y'all share peace. Some people take your peace away. Some people agitate your peace. Some people want to destroy your peace, but you know it. Your peace is an actual energy that speaks to you when people are around you. You can't identify it though. You can't say it. It's not no name for it. It's just an uncomfortability that happens when you around a psychic vampire. And sometimes psychic vampires paint you into a corner, and that's what they do. So be mindful that you have your own peace and your own peace of mind. Because a lot of times what I'm hearing is that spirit has always tried to protect you from psychic vampires, but your need to find it in other people is your issue, when in reality you need to really set the space and time to find it within yourself and stop depending on your partners to be your peace. Like, you know, the saying is, be my peace, be his peace. No, be your own peace. Peace.